Mo, if you could share maybe some of the differences that playing in this defense compared to, I guess, Coach Muschamp and Coach T-Rob, what are some things you can kind of go over?
I would say that everything is more faster for my position in particular. We have like probably one or two checks to make and then just get lined up and get ready to go pretty much. That's one thing I could say.
Mo Jamar was saying that there's a lot going on with this defense, and there's just kind of guys flying all over the place. I guess just what's that been like, and on y'all's end, kind of learning that and sort of, I guess for lack of a better term, kind of the controlled chaos of it.
Yeah, I could see why Jamar's saying it's more faster because DBs is more stress put on DBs making checks and everything, but I still feel like they're doing a great job making checks and everything. And but on our end, it's more simple for us because we got a lot of stuff going on. But yeah, I can see why he says it's more pieces flying around and stuff.
Jamar was saying too that no offense is going to be able to figure out this defense. Why is that, and how excited are you guys to actually be able to put some of that on tape in front of fans?
I feel like it's a lot of exciting stuff going on with our defense. We're picking up on stuff real fast, and we're getting it at a level that the coaches didn't even think that we'll get it pretty much since the spring to now. So that's pretty much all with us. Oh, we can't wait for the first game. Pretty much, we're ready to start it off.
Mo, it sounds like this defense is layered and disguised. How much does that, guys? How much does that help y'all as you're progressing through a season to maybe where you're not showing a whole lot, the first couple of games of the year before you guys make the trip to Georgia?
That helps a lot because playing in the SEC and going against the best of the best, pretty much. So you got to bring your A game. You can't show the same things every week, and showing disguises and stuff is going to really help us out in the long run, pretty much.
Where have you been playing the most this fall camp?
I've been playing at the will position mostly, and I've been playing a little bit of Mike, but mostly will.
Where do you feel like your skill set, how do you feel like that really translates to the will position?
I feel like I'm a fast player and physical. It's pretty much, to me, I feel like the Mike and Will are pretty much the same position in this defense, but to be able to play Mike and Will in this defense, you have to be fast, smart, and know where your alignments is pretty much. And I feel like we got a great linebacker core this year, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Coach White, what can you tell us about him? What's it like being coached by him and being on the field with him?
Oh, man, it's great. I love his energy. He's always bringing in the meeting room, the field. He expects something great out of you every day. And every day I'm ready to come see him because I want to show him what I learned the other day from what I messed up when I'm ready to correct the next day and everything. And he gives you a great vibe, and I just love being around him.
Well, you mentioned how the players are being able to pick up on this. Can you sense that in terms of just players just playing fast, not thinking as much, and how quick is the installation going? I know you guys had the spring, but obviously there were some guys that weren't here during the spring.
Yeah, even guys coming in, transferring, like new transfers and stuff coming in, you could say at first, like you could tell they just like us in the spring. Like at first we were just like, it's kind of tough a little bit, but then once you grasp it, it's just like clockwork, and like it's simple pretty much. And then that's when the disguises come, and because you know where you're at, you know where you got to line up and everything. So it's everybody's getting in and getting reps and getting the defense down pretty much.
Mo, who you splitting reps with mostly at Will?
It's mostly Brad and Damani. So it's everybody plays every position. There's no linebacker on our team that doesn't know any position at linebacker. At Will, Sam, Mike, you have to know everything.
Mo, you obviously got a lot of playing time last year as a freshman and with some injuries and everything else that went on. Just how valuable has that been this year going into fall camp? And I guess just how different does that feel? Is that something like we just see on the outside? It's like, okay, played a couple of games, that makes it easier. I mean, just genuinely, how much easier does that make things a little bit?
I tend not to think too much in the past, but it does help out seeing how fast everything was, like playing in the SEC, like coming from high school straight to the SEC. And I feel like coming in next year is gonna help me like already realize what I'm waiting to see when we play games and everything. So. It's kind of just build on itself almost. Yeah, pretty much.
Mo, the depth at linebacker, you talked about it earlier. Do you think the people outside of this building have a greater understanding of what you guys have at that position talent-wise, or is that something that, because, people have been saying we don't really know who's going to be a linebacker for us, who's going to be in the middle. Is it almost kind of like you guys have something to prove as you're getting ready to take the field in a few Saturdays?
I feel like everybody always has something to prove, never, if you don't feel like you have something to prove, then you're just gonna be settled in the back pretty much. So we bring it every day, and definitely in the linebacker room, we consider ourselves the quarterbacks of the defense, even though the DBs make a lot of calls, but we have to be set. We have to make sure everybody's right, So everybody has to bring it. It's not just like you're not just settled with what you have already. So that's pretty much.
Well, you mentioned the defensive backs make a lot of the calls. How different is that compared to some other defenses that you've played in?
It's a lot different and a lot better because since I was in middle school playing football, the linebacker always makes the calls, strong left, everything else, And now it's a big benefit for us to just get lined up and set, and the DB's helping us out to know what's the coverage and everything, But that's a great addition to this defense.
And I think Carlins was in here earlier making fun of some of the guys from the area, thinking 55 degrees was cold. Are you one of the guys, being from the Carolinas, who thinks that – what is cold to you temperature-wise? Because Carlins was making fun of some guys from the area about it.
I say cold to me is man. I say cold to me is like under 40. Okay. That's pretty much – I'll go with that.
I'm sure you cross paths with the running backs and linebackers, or running backs and tight ends a good bit during practice. What, any of those guys individually who really stood out to you, made life difficult for you guys?
Man, definitely Hot. We call him Hot, and he goes by I call him Hot so much I pretty much forgot his name, but Hot 11. Hot, man, he brings it every day. Like, it's no question. Like, I want to go, like, when we have one-on-ones, when we have anything, I want to go with him every time because I know he's going to bring it. He could be as tired as possible, and he's still going to talk his talk, and he's still going to come at you 100% of the time, So I love going against him. He makes me a better player, and that goes with other players too, all the other running backs, definitely tight ends, Heem and EJ and Nick. They're always going to bring it, So I love going against those guys pretty much.